What's going on, the Winners Win podcast? It's your boy Loso 2.0. And today we're going to be talking about, I guess, really that initial statement when you're writing copy. And it's also in sales too as well. They all kind of go hand in hand, to be honest with you. But yeah, we're going to talk about that. But before we get started, let's do some housekeeping things. If you're watching this on YouTube, like this video, share it, subscribe to the Winners Win channel. Dang, that hurts. And if you were listening to this on any type of podcast platform, leave a 5-star review and leave a review below so I can figure out how I can better serve you. And that's really all else I have for you guys. Now, yes, we're going to talk about that. But before we get started, you guys know I like to give you guys little updates on everything that's going on life, which is funny, right? I actually watched a video on TikTok about someone who was an influencer, kind of talking about how you don't want to discuss everything that goes on in your life. Something that my wife actually sent to me. You don't want to talk about everything going on in your life, because when you have everything going on in your life, people start to bully you, make fun of you, all stuff like that. And she felt like she was actually getting bullied. But the thing is, I have to do that. I have to share areas of my life because there may be a message deep in every single thing that I'm teaching you guys. There may be a message that I have to say or have to speak about, but you guys aren't going to be able to get that message unless I tell you what's going on, what's updating my life. And I like to show you guys that I am human. I like to show you guys that even though I'm a guy that is super motivated, super just outgoing, super just always up and about and ready, does not mean that I don't make mistakes. Does not mean that sometimes I'm not, I'm just like tired. Like, you know what I mean? It does not mean all that stuff, right? So that is why I have to share my story with you guys. But anyway, that's just a lesson for you. But if you are, scared of being bullied and all that stuff, you probably shouldn't. And honestly, you probably are not meant for success, to be honest with you, because of the fact that it's going to come out anyway. When you're a celebrity and anything that you do, pretty much a lot of the stuff that you go through is going to come out regardless, right? And people are going to hate. And my mentor, Duran, used to always tell me, or Tink, used to always say, if you don't have haters, you're not doing something right. And a great example of that, too, was with my brother. My brother posted some type of a TikTok of, so my brother does comics, right? Morph Comics. If you were definitely into comic books and all this stuff, definitely go watch just his storytelling, the way he draws. I think the best thing is the progression, right? I mean, I'm telling you guys, when we were younger, we used to make fun of this dude for drawing. Like, originally, I used to try to be an artist, right? I used to try to draw anime characters because I loved anime so much. Honestly, I was watching Bleach just now over again, probably for my 10th time, before I even did this video, while I was knocking out some marketing materials for the Winner Win podcast, getting the business cards ready and everything. But so I used to try to draw so much, so then my brother started to realize, started getting into it too, but he took it further. And I mean, his art got amazing. Literally, he posted, hold on, I think I'm gonna go on his page right now. It was crazy. Like, it was just the thing that was super crazy about it was the idea that, like, I mean, the dude couldn't, like, I'm telling you, draw nothing. And then he's drawing, hold on. He's drawing things like this, like tigers and detail and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, the detail is just like, yeah, that's what I'm talking. You feel me? That's that blood in us. You know what I mean? We just great. We are winners, right? And someone actually tried to make fun of his stuff. Somebody was like, this is mid, or 2 out of 10 and stuff. And he was like, thank you. He actually sent a message to him just saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And the thing is, like, he's right. He has to thank these guys because they're helping. Any type of publicity is good publicity, right? He has to thank these guys because their hate and all that stuff. Excuse me, I gotta take off my golden Winners Win do-rag. I should throw some Winner Win do-rag, just thinking about the brand. But he should thank these guys because the fact that they're the ones that pretty much are talking him up, talking him into doing these things, right? These guys are over here saying, yeah, he's playing off polarity. They're helping his stuff get more looks, more views. And then he started posting more. So we say, yeah, look, here goes some more trash for you guys because they said it was trash and all that stuff. And I'm telling you, just the progression gets better. People telling him that his drawings is good enough is making him hungrier and ready to even show you guys more what he can do. And that is something that you should look up to. That is one example, but there's plenty of examples of haters just helping you grow. Take that hate in, allow them to hate, and then do your thing with it. But we're going to talk about just the opening when you're writing copy. So first of all, like I stated before, I know you guys, I talk about copywriting a lot, even call myself the copy guy, right? Copywriting is just persuading others to take an action through the written word, which is on paper, which is reading. So if you're selling, you're copywriting, but then you just have to take that sales and put it into paper as well. So when you're writing copy, the most important thing, right, is the first sentence. Why? Because the first sentence is your opening. It reminds you too of when I was talking about like those steps to a sales process. The first one is greeting. Someone, actually a rep of mine actually said this, and I love this. I take it to this day. It's called, you got to greet to eat. Greet to eat. That means that greeting, that first impression is the most powerful thing, most important thing in order to set the tone for the sale. It's the same thing for your copywriting. When you're writing something in print, that first sentence sets the tone. Now, with some things with it, right? The first sentence should be short. It should be something that just pretty much throws out on the paper. Y'all remember I actually wrote copy one time for Facebook, right? I wrote like a Facebook post and sent it off to my, the copywriting group that I'm in. And in the copywriting group that I'm in, I put in the thing, I said, what did I say? The first sentence I put, what did I say first sentence? Oh, I used to eat roaches. They're like, what in the what? Like that automatically throws into it. A guy, he was writing an email for an actual company, right, to try to grab their attention. The first thing he said was, I was thinking about you in the shower this morning. They were like, excuse me? You were thinking about me in the shower? They were like, what's going on here? That first sentence can invoke curiosity, evokes the power, it sets the tone, it draws them in. So that first sentence usually is short, choppy, powerful. Because remember, short, powerful, choppy, this focus. Focus is a point. And the point, remember I told you about that paper, right? If you have paper and I try to push this through to make a hole, it's not going to work. But if I use a pen, I could poke right through. You know, the pen is smaller as that point, which is more focus. More focus means more power. So that is why you want that first sentence short. And then there's a purpose of the first sentence, right? The purpose of the first sentence, can you guess what it is? I'll give you 5 seconds. The purpose of the first sentence is to get you to read the second sentence. That's it. That's the only purpose of the first sentence, right? And I mean, it may sound insane, right? I know it's a little bit difficult, but can you guess what the reason the second sentence is? If you said to set the tone, you were wrong. But if you said to read the third sentence, you were right. That's the first few. The sentences are so on and so forth. It's to try to get you to read the next sentence and the next sentence and the next sentence and the next sentence, right? So, and when you continue to do this, right, for the first, I would say like 3 sentences minimum, right? But then you can longer when it's like let's say a sales letter or something like that, right? It's really just to get them to say yes. Get them into the buying environment, just like with sales, right? When you're getting them in first, right? Well, with sales is a little bit different, right? So with copyright, you have to do that research beforehand. With sales, you're asking them discovery questions to then get those discovery questions to then repeat back to them before you do the pitch, right? But with copywriting, you already did the research. So you really just getting them to say, yeah, all the things that you research, right? For my audience, if I say, hey, listen, have you grown up in like a low to middle income household, right? You probably did, right? Have you grown in a single parent household? Most likely. Have you, played sports majority of your life? Yes. Like if I keep getting the yes, that's what the sentences are as they go down. You're reading the second sentence, reading the third sentence. And to get them to do that is just to keep repeating things that the audience is going to say yeah to, right? And then after you do that stuff, you get them to say yeah. That is called the slippery slope. You're just bringing them down. They get on there. If the water's already running through the slide, it's already wet. Just let them slide right down it. So this is just the first part, right? Agree to eat, the slippery slope. This is how you build that slippery slope. So that's all I really have for you guys in this episode. I want you guys to comment. I want you guys to comment below your examples of slippery slopes, right? Build a slippery slope for me and comment that below. I want you guys to also like this video, share it, subscribe to the Winners Win channel. If you listen on any type of podcast platform, remember guys, 5-star review, leave a review below. Keep killing the day. Winners win and losers lose. And remember, you prayed for success like this. 2.0 out.